Next, we're going to discuss eighth note triplets. Now, you can see on the screen they look just like the eighth notes with the one line on top, but now there's that 3 on top, which indicates triplets. There's different ways of counting triplets, but let's just make it nice and simple for you. I like to count them 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So you're dealing with triplets and you actually say triplet because of the 2 syllables. It makes it easier to count. Now, if you're going off your quarter note pulse, it's going to feel like this. When I'm doing these examples, try to play on your lap or trying to get a feel for them and how they work, because the more control you have over these note values, the better your fills are going to be. They'll be that much more controlled, you'll have more dynamics, and you'll have more choices. So just kind of start doing the air drumming with me. And I don't want to discount air drumming either. It's actually a great way to learn. Because us as drummers, you get in certain situations like, oh, I'm in an apartment, I can't practice. It doesn't really work that way. Basically, wherever you are, you can practice. So if you're there, you can practice. And what I mean by that is that you are the instrument, you are the musician. So in just doing this air drumming, it will actually help you improve a lot. When working on your fills, you could be sitting there just all by yourself and just, you know, and put your limbs where you think the drums are and try to sing their pitches, because that will help you to develop more fills as well. And when I listen to music, you know, trying to picture myself as the drummer doing the fills, you know, there's all kinds of development and practice you could do without a drum set, just visualizing it and just picturing the emotion behind it and the dynamics and actually the feel of the hitting the drums. I remember reading an article one time with Stuart Copeland a while back, and he was saying that when he was in college, he didn't have a lot of time to practice. So he did just a lot of mental stuff and thinking about his things, and he found when he went back to the kit, he actually improved just from thinking about it and musing on it and trying to think of new ideas. So I really encourage you to do the air drumming with me whenever I'm doing little examples. It'll help you to pick it up even quicker. So now back to our eighth note triplets. When we're coming from eighth notes to eighth note triplets, the speed is increased by half. Remember how we went from quarters to eighths? It was double the speed. Now it increases by half. This gets a little bit more complicated. It's nice to be able to work this out with a click track, because the tendency will be to either speed up or slow down when you get to the triplets. So what we want to do is get comfortable with the triplets, with the quarter note, and the eighth notes with the quarter note pulse, and then try transitioning between the two so you can feel how it increases by half. And you can see that. There's 2 eighth notes per quarter note, right? It's kind of 1 and there's 3 eighth note triplets, 1 triplet. So there's an extra eighth note, which gives you the half. So that's how it increases by half. So I'm going to do some eighth notes, the eighth note triplets, and you hear how it speeds up by half. Be like this. It's a little bit tricky to get into that groove because of that extra speeding up. Because what happens, you have 2 hands, then you have 3 notes. So they're not divisible. So what you have to do is, when you get to the triplet parts, the right hand will hit on beat 1, the left hand on beat 2, right hand on beat 3, left hand on beat 4. So it's not always staying with the right, it gets into the alternating. Okay, this is really good practice, and it helped a lot for your fills, because if you're doing a fill going from eighth notes and eighth note triplets, it can be very dramatic and very interesting for the listener.